Hey guys, welcome back to week number 2 in our leadership class. I wanted to give you an updated video, let you know what's happened in week 1, what to expect for week 2, and just see what's going on with you all. So a couple of things I want to mention. I did receive a few emails. On your right hand of your screen. You have this part that says item past due. As long as you're doing your work in each week's folder, you should be good. I'm not too sure why that comes up, to be very honest with you. I've been trying to talk to a couple other professors. I might just call McGraw-Hill and see why that comes up. For whatever reason, it does come up, but as long as you do whatever's in that week folder, you should be good. So I want to just kind of review what happened in week 1, let you know how you sort of did as a class, and then of course you can look at your individual grades, which I recommend you do weekly. Make sure you're getting credit for the work that you're doing. This class is a little bit sizable, so I'm not gonna be able to follow you individually. I'm gonna just go in there and kind of review all your work and enter a grade. But if something goes wrong, it's gonna be very difficult for me to go to every single person and say, hey, you forgot to do this. So that's gonna fall on your responsibility. Make sure you're checking all your work. Make sure you're getting credit for all your work. So how I typically work is, of course, this week was a little bit of a shorter week because Monday we had a holiday. But on Monday, I normally get back in the office in the morning and go through all the discussions. I grade them, I reply and I grade them. So for you who have done all your discussions on time, so what you want to do is go back to this area right here where it says weekly discussions. This is also in your weekly folder. If you click on that link, it's going to take you to all the discussions we're going to do throughout the semester. I do not recommend you try to complete those because they're not going to be graded. Of course, week 1, we talked about, what a great leader is, and is a great leader born or is a great leader taught? Now, I am going to read through all these now. Yesterday, our internet had some problems, so I couldn't do it again. But today, I'll be working on that, and I wanted to get you a video letting you know that will be graded. But my recommendation is you go back and you see if I've replied to any by going into that link and then clicking on that discussion. But as you can see, all the discussions are already posted on there. Do not do them ahead. They're going to throw you off. Just do whatever is in the weekly folder. I will talk a little bit about this discussion for week number 2 in just a second. I want to get through week 1. So basically, week 1, you did your syllabus quiz, you did your 2 chapter assignments, and then of course you did your discussion. This week, since that closed on Sunday at 11:59 p.m., this week I grade week 1. And week 2 gets started for you to work on. So, don't expect me to grade week 2 yet because it's not completed until Sunday, 11:59 p.m. But this week, in week number 2 that we just started, if you for some reason or another have not been able to complete week 1, please just move on. We're not going to go back. Just move on to week number 2. We will address those issues later on. I do not want you to fall behind trying to catch up on week 1. It's gone. So let's just start on week 2, chapter 4, which deals with power and influence, and then chapter 5, which is a value, ethics, and character. Those are your 2 chapters for the week. Now, if I click on this folder, you're going to see that you're going to have your Learn Smart and you have your quiz. Please remember that Learn Smart is a part of your grade. You have to complete that. That is not an option. Also, in week 2, for chapter 5 is set up the same way, the Learn Smart and the chapter quiz. The only other thing you have for that week is this discussion. Now, this discussion is designed for you to be able to categorize or put value to your personal values. Tell me which one is most important from this list, somewhat important, slightly important, and the least important. The approach I would take might be a little different than the rest of you. I would obviously categorize what is very important to me first, and then I would move down to what is the least important, and then slightly and somewhat I'll sort out later, which will probably be a little more difficult for me. But of course, I'm going to value a lot of things a little differently than some of you, but that's what the purpose is to try to identify what you feel makes you who you are or influences how you think. influences your leadership style and the values that you put on things. So make sure you're putting some time into that. As I've mentioned in the past, discussions for me are extremely important. Now, it's not enough in this discussion to sort these out. You then have to answer a couple questions as you reflect. What effects these priorities have on your daily life? You're going to talk to me about those things. Don't just think that it's just sorting out some priorities. Explain them to me. Why, if spirituality is an important part of your life, why is family a part of your life, responsibilities, or why is intimacy or having fun, honor. There's some cultures, as you know, honor to the elderly is extremely important, and others is not as important. So I'm just trying to get a view of who you are from that perspective. Other than that, guys, as I've mentioned, I heard a couple people tell me that you guys, some of you have stopped by the bookstore just and were questioning if I'm actually a real person here. I am a real person, and I do offer a free cup of coffee if you guys are interested in coming in and asking any questions. That's an open invitation for everybody here in Dalton. I'm looking forward to meeting some of you guys. If you have any other question, feel free to email me or call me. The best way to reach me is definitely email me, guys. Other than that, good start to the semester. I appreciate you guys taking time to do the work early. Please, please, please focus on your discussions. That's how I know you are going to understand the material, or that you understood the material. In regards to last week's discussion, I'll be replying to some of your posts, so go back and take a look at your original post. Make sure you don't have any questions that I've left there for you, or a simple reply that I put in for you. I think that's it, guys. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you guys enjoyed Memorial Day. For all you veterans and everybody who has served in our armed forces, I thank you and I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day, and we will talk to you all soon.